Hello everybody and welcome to Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live for round 60 to 63 of the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship from the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Canada. Hello everybody, my name's Andrew Woodhouse. I'm alongside Adam Bath. Sam Kumo is doing the cameras for us tonight as well as Alex Simpson is away. And Adam, well, Canadian Tire, we've seen it gave us some fantastic racing. Last time we were here, I believe, in 2015.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a while since we've been here. Always seems to be at the end of the season. However, this time it's more towards the halfway part of the year. And yeah, how crucial a race meeting that was back in 2015. Kip Stevens and Wojciech Savidovic colliding. It ended Kip's title hopes in the gravel. And it gave Savidovic a penalty, which crucially ruled him out of the title in the end. So it has been known to decide some titles, and even though we're just under halfway through the season, it could decide another title about who gets in the showdown. So it should be a good 4 races tonight.
Of course, Adam, the Canadian Grand Prix currently resides at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, but at one point it lived here at Motorsport. And tell us about the circuit. It's fast and flowing. It's trickier than it looks on the circuit map, isn't it?
Yeah, you look at the circuit map and you think of it as flat, then yeah, it doesn't look too inspiring at all. But the undulating nature of the circuit really makes it a joy to drive and a joy to race on as well. Done some pretty Blancpain sprint series races here on the iRacing official series. I know our cameraman Sam Kumo had a bit of a massive moment in an official series race a few weeks ago when coming over the top of the crest to see a car parked in the middle of the road. Wonder if that's something we could be seeing here today. And of course, the back straight, yeah, plenty of slipstreaming opportunities as well. So I think it's a track that's made for the Kia.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, we know David Baker likes his 6s, but it's all 3s for him at the moment. He leads the championship by 333 points. Currently P3 in qualifying, Adam. Maybe he's left the number 6 behind.
Maybe
it'd be a shame.
It's half price day or something.
Yeah, double discount. That's
next week for me. But yeah, the rest of the points. Yeah, Savidovic in second, Stelin Chapelewski in third. That's a change in position after what happened last week at where were we? I don't. Brad Silverstone. We were Silverstone last week, weren't we? Yeah. Ben Hackett in fourth for Boosted. Pushing above their weight, really, the Boosted team. I'm sure they won't disagree with me on that. Dan Craft in 5th, 6th Richard Gore, 7th Alex Smolensky, 8th Michael Hall, 9th Jack McIntyre, and we have an AM driver still in the top 10, and that is Nicole Foggy. Into the AM category, it is Nicole Foggy leading the way there, just under 150 points ahead of John Roberts. His Boosted teammates, Stuart Atkinson in 3rd, and Roy Verke 4th, Andrew Whitehead 5th, Laura Bond in 6th, then 7th Ross McFarlane, 8th Max Wright, 9th Rob Graham, and Laura Murray rounds up the top 10 and the trio of Automac Knock Hill cars. And into the team standings, Apex Racing and CQRS line still going at it, 252 points between them, and then Pro Sim good 1300 or so behind in 3rd, then Boosted in 4th, and then CQR Race Hub in 5th with Fanatec 6th, Northern Lights Racing 7th, Sim Gear in 8th, Automac Knock Hill in 9th, and then GT Omega with T-Mad in 10th. And rounding up the field, it's Automech Performance and our Fanatec.
Very much, Adam. Drivers raring to go here tonight for 11-lap races around this 3.96 kilometre circuit. Of course, we were at Silverstone last week, British Grand Prix it was, and I missed most of it. I only saw the first 2 or 3 laps and the final 2 laps or so. So, what did you make of it? Was it a decent British Grand Prix?
Well, likewise, I only saw the start at work, but I saw the highlights back, and there were a few moments to keep you awake during the race. Vettel and Verstappen having a good battle, and yeah, the late race drama that really hurt if you were a Ferrari fan, and really was great if you were a Lewis Hamilton fan. Probably to help cover up the what we were angry about last Thursday. But yeah, the championship now heads to Hungary, because there is no German Grand Prix this year, and wonder who will be coming out on top there. That'll be in a few weeks before the summer break. Most likely whoever starts on pole. Yeah, we were saying that aside from Russia, this could be up there with the dullest race of the year.
Overtaking is always a premium around Budapest, and yeah, I think with these regulations, I'd be surprised if, I'll be honest with you, I'd be surprised if we see any.
Last bit on F1.
Russia was an exciting finish though, so we've got some hope there.
Last bit on F1. What did you think about the Halo news that came out today?
Pretty awful, I must admit. I was a fan of the other concepts, the slightly more pleasing to the eye concepts, I must admit. But yes, it's all done in the name of safety. The one question that was raised, I was talking with Paul Smith earlier on today, BSRTC driver, and we were saying it might be difficult for drivers to get out of the car if it's not a perfect situation. So, for instance, like the one that Fernando Alonso found himself in at Melbourne last year, where the car was kind of on its side and he would have found it difficult to get out sort of the normal way. I think it's going to be fine if the drivers are just getting out of a stationary car facing the right way up.
Yeah.
It's just there's a risk possibly of getting trapped underneath it. I'm more concerned with things like that, things that aren't full canopies, about them breaking off and going into the cockpit. I think that's what we really have to be worried about, in my opinion. It's just another bit that can break off the car, isn't it, and potentially cause problems for the driver.
Be a designer's nightmare, I think.
It needs to be a stock part, though. That's one thing we agreed on, me and Paul, was it needs to be a spec part, because otherwise teams are going to use them as aerodynamic devices and they're not going to do the job that they're intended to do.
One thing that I have seen some fans talk about on the internet is that that lovely forum that it is, walk into the internet. I think one person once described as walking into a bar when everyone's on their 6th pint or something. Was that
it's more than just pints, that. I reckon.
One thing I saw was that some drivers were saying that, or some fans were saying that would this halo have prevented Joel Bianchi's incident or Felipe Massa's moment at Hungary from a few years ago, but we'll leave it there.
Potentially, but again, I'm not. It needs a cleverer person than me to have a look at it. But I tell you what, our championship leader, with a very, very late lap, Adam, he's put himself onto pole position.
He's turned up to the party here, David Baker. He's on the pole. Savidovic second, 1 and 2 from last year, 2 and 1 today.
I'll just stop you just quickly. I can't remember the last pole for David Baker. Can you?
No, and that's why I'm surprised. Yeah,
long time ago. But excellent speed shown there.
What a top 10 actually. We've got Diogo Melro in third. He's suddenly found form. Car 26. The day that Villa's 26 returned to training, Diogo Melro returns to the second row of the grid. Andreas Katz on the second row as well. Jake Blackhall in 5th, 6th Pete Harrod, Julian Janowski 7th, 8th Pete Newman, 9th Alex Malensky, and 10th is Ben Hackison. Rusty Laidler in 11th, Richard Gore 12th, Stephen Baxter in 13th place, 14th Ross McFarlane, 15th Thorstein Helgerson, Stuart McFadden in 16th, Nicole Foggy, the leader of the AMS, in 17th place. Then it's Paul Smith in 18th, then Tristan Bodice in 19th, and Dan Hunt running at the top 10. We've got Mark Woodhouse in 21st, Nathan Davis in 22nd, Lee Berridge in 23rd with Scott Malcolm, his teammate, in 24th, Matthew Keeber in 25th, Dennis Melcher 26th, 27th for John Roberts, and here come the lights.
13 drivers with penalties as well, but now they await those lights in front of them. Now the green ones are on here at Mosport. Excellent start by Baker. Slightly sluggish away Savidovic, but manages to cover off Diogo Melro. We'll see now if they can all make it through. It's not turn 1 that's really the tough one here at Mosport. It's this one appearing now, turn 2 over the crest. If you run wide here, Adam, you will be off the track.
As Rusty Laidler does. Bit of grass tracking there. BSR Rally crosses in September, and off is number 10, Richard Gore.
Yep. Oh, and he comes back on. Oh. And I think everybody survives it.
Everyone trying to
avoid. Oh, they're like 4 wide in the middle of the crash. It's Roberts.
Oh, someone's been launched. And Laura Bond has been ejected from the circuit. She's now back in the pit lane.
John Roberts was around there. I don't know if Jake Blackhall was a victim in that. I don't think he was.
No. Cars there, and Laura Bond's towed back to the pits. I don't know about
all sorts.
Yeah, others, but here we go down the back straight, slipstreaming starting to begin. Jake Blackwell had a fantastic start actually. I just saw him get past Katz into turn 1, but here they come over the crest where the car can get pretty light and then hard onto the brakes into this very tight right-hander and then into the penultimate corner and round to complete the opening lap.
Alex Malensky's been involved in that. I can see he's got severe damage to his car.
Nightmare for ProSim then, that's 2 of their cars.
But he was in front of all that, so I'm not sure how he ended up. That must have been a separate incident, but leading lap 1 is David Baker, but he's coming under pressure from Wojciech Savidovic. He's got to defend the inside line into turn 1. It's fast right-hand corner. little bit banked. And now again, it's better to be on the inside through.
Oh, he might have just set him up here.
Section of the course. Oh, here comes Melro. Melro having a look on the inside. Portuguese.
Looking like then that it's going to be very difficult for drivers to break away in this race. Look how close everyone is after 1.5 laps.
It's going to be difficult to overtake as well, mate, I think. It's exactly what we expect from a race one here at Canadian Tire. Jake Blackall up in 4th position. Fantastic start from the Australian. Oh, and there's a crash. I can hear it. I can hear something going on. There was a big impact.
For some reason, Jake Blackall's not being shown on my timing screen, but yeah, something's happened.
Oh, Woodhouse.
Oh, Mark Woodhouse. Well, he'd had a good qualifying, Mark Woodhouse. He started just inside the top 25, but now he is down the order.
Let's see what happened to Woodhouse then. Oh, he loses it under braking. Oh, the rear goes away from him and he smashes into the concrete wall.
The worrying thing for some of these drivers is that this is what the conditions. This is when the conditions are pretty drivable. I wonder what it's going to be like when we get the overcast conditions for one of the other 3 races that we've got coming up today.
It is fairly cool out there though. 21 degrees air temperature, 23 on the tarmac itself. So race order then, lap 3, David Baker leading, Wojciech Svidovic second, third is Diogo Melro, fourth is Jake Blackall, then Andreas Katz in fifth, sixth Pete Harrod, seventh Pete Newman, eighth Julian Janowski, ninth Alex Smolensky, and 10th is Ben Hackison.
Blackall might be having a little bit of connection issues. See his car flickering about sometimes, but he's starting to apply the pressure on Melro. But just as I say that, Melro then turns his attentions to the 2 BSRTC title winners. 3 titles between them at the front, and they're fighting over the lead now as Baker again has to cover that inside line. This might be one of the key overtaking points on the circuit, the slipstream and then the run into the right-hander.
This is quite similar to the straight at road at Atlanta really in terms of length and layout as well, and Svidovic is now trying, and you can try around the outside there, but it's tough. But if he hangs tough, Wojciech Svidovic, he might be able to get through.
Almost drifts into the CQRS line car there through the final corner. Svidovic should have the run.
Oh, it's Melro!
It's Melro.
Here comes Melro!
Oh, the 2 front touch.
Arches of Melro, Baker and Svidovic.
We don't want that truck series finish, do we? We're on the outside.
Goodness me, Svidovic is on the grass. But he's now got the inside for 2. Baker's still there. Down the hill, into 3. Baker's going to lunge up the inside again.
Fantastic.
What racing here.
And we're only 4 laps into the 44 laps that we've got coming up tonight. Baker comes across, he's clear.
This is allowing the rest of the pack to get a bit closer as well, or to stay in touch. You've got the sim gear car of Julian Janowski well inside the top 10. Oh. Fantastic start from him. Mistake from Svidovic, Adam. It's gone wide.
Oh yeah, and this is going to be Melro's opportunity in the background as well. Pete Newman in the sim gear car of Janowski to go wheel to wheel down the back straight. Janowski got a bit of rear end damage, but Melro now going wheel to wheel with Svidovic. Team Mad versus Apex.
Yeah, Baker giving him a little bit of a slipstream as he goes towards this lower part of the circuit here. Lower part of the circuit, shall we say. Melro, is he there? Is he alongside Svidovic, or does the Apex Racing UK car go around the outside? He does, he sweeps round, and here comes Blackall, the Australian driver. He nudges Melro, but he actually nudges him. Has he nudged him past Wojciech Svidovic, Adam, as he's going down the inside? It's just that maybe that bit of extra momentum that he needed to get a bit of a run.
Now it's 2 wide behind. That's car 36. That's Andreas Katz going at it with Jake Blackall. The man who got a good start and had overtaken Katz into turn 1 is possibly going to be passed through turn 2, but Blackall able to hold on for now. The Australian-New Zealand driver. And
2 more titles. 2 more titles there in that pack with Andreas Katz being in.
Yeah, Season 3 and Season 8 champion Pete Newman would love to be a champion. He's not too far away from Harrod, who's behind these 2. Harrod, a 2-time champion as well in the Club Series.
For the record, Wojciech Svidovic's titles, his first one came in Season 6. His second one, as you can see by the number 1 plate on his car, 2016 champion.
Oh, Newman and Janowski still going at it. Oh, and there's contact in the background. That's a Fanatec car off 48. That's Stephen Baxter. He's been he's backed the car into the wall as he's had a collision with an Automech car, I think. And it's all kicking off in front, 4 wide nearly.
Oh my God.
We've got Bodice, we've got Davis, we've got a race up with CQR car.
Mate.
That's Paul Smith.
Like the red arrows flying in formation up there. Although, no, the red arrows wouldn't like the contact there between the sim gear car number 37. That is Daniel Hunt and Tristan Bodice, number 106. And then 29, Rusty Laidley, we saw him getting involved with Stuart McFadden, I think that is.
He nearly held on to it, Bodice, there, but unfortunately it just came back to bite him there, and yeah, he went off into the into the outside wall on the exit of the penultimate corner.
Fairly large whack he got though, wasn't it, Bodice, and tough to recover from that. Because of course you have to bash the throttle down to correct the slide, but you also have to be going slowly enough to make the corner.
Right then, state of play at the front. Baker did have about 6 tenths of a second lead. However, in the space of this lap, it's got back down to 4 tenths. As I thought something was happening because all vanished off my screen, but they're back here again as Melro again has to feel the heat, the Australian heat from Jake Blackhall.
Let's see then. Baker from Savidovic. From Melro, from Blackhall, from Katz. And then it's Harrod in 6th, continuing his good form. He could be a showdown contender, Pete Harrod, if he has a good second half of the season, Adam. He's really showing good pace.
Yeah, he's 11th in the standings.
And Melro seems to be very quick in that final sector, but just not enough, is it, to really worry Wojciech Savidovic into any of these braking zones.
He's good in that final sector, the slipstream that he gets down the back straight. It gets him right onto the rear end of Baker and Wojciech, as you're saying. But then he has the issue with, during his first sector of the lap, the 2 cars in front just pulling away a little bit. Blackhall still can't do anything, neither can Katz. The gap starting to grow. It looks like this front 5 are starting to pull away a bit now.
Yeah, unluckily for Melro, that main straight isn't particularly long, is it? So can't really build up that momentum, or indeed the slipstream. It's the back straight where he really needs to get a better exit, and he has done this time. But of course, the car in front, Wojciech Savidovic, has been dragged along by David Baker, so it's making it difficult for Melro to really close in on the Apex car. Although CQR looking to have good straight line speed, Adam. It might be a chance for Melro into this final sector, but he's not close enough. Jake Blackhall is very close as well.
Very close going through this section of corners. If there was ever a slogan for this circuit, it's probably going to be "catching is one thing, passing is another." After we've seen in these opening 7 laps.
Right there, Adam.
Here they go, plunging down the hill.
The marbles flying off the tyres and being deposited to the outside of the circuit. That's one thing as well, mate. When we see races 3 and 4, especially. See the marbles gathering, you do not want to be offline around this place.
No, especially through this part of the course with those massive verges on the outside of the circuit. There'll be only one place you're going, and that is to the tyre wall. Similar in a way to Thruxton, really. If you go wide there, who was it that went flying off? It was Simon Belcher, wasn't it?
Yeah, into
Toyota.
the trees.
Vince had a huge
there were 2 of them, weren't
a few
there?
years ago.
Janowski versus Newman. Oh, Janowski's through, and cuts across Newman there. Just about makes the place.
It's been an ongoing battle, I think, since the start of Ace Newman versus Janowski, and for now it is the 33 car of Janowski that's out on top in 7th place, where he started. Newman also where he started in 8th position, having a little look to the outside. We're still yet to see anyone get this outside manoeuvre done, but up the road it's Baker versus Savidovic. Take 2.
Typical, isn't it? As soon as we look away, it starts kicking off at the front.
Oh, they're so
look
polite.
at this, wheel to wheel. Oh, closer than that. Well, literally wheel to wheel. The contact was made. Once again, it allows Melro. Now, if Melro can get alongside Savidovic, that's going to help Baker. And there's a bit of contact, I think.
Sideways, the CQR car. Savidovic is off onto the grass. He's back on again. And that's going to be Melro.
I think Katz was on the grass as well. Here comes Melro. He's going to go around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, whichever one that is.
Turn 3, I think.
Oh, Savidovic very late on the brakes.
That call again having a little bit of a moment there, but here we go. Baker's now got a 0.4 of a second lead. That is going to be completely eradicated on the back straight.
3 laps to go. 11 lap races here tonight, 4 of them. And you can see that the top 17 drivers are just separated by 8 seconds.
Loving this. Savidovic again running out wide onto the curbs on the exit. Look how close he is again. He's 0.2 of a second behind Baker. So that little bit of a moment at the start of the lap, you wouldn't have remembered it have happened, I think.
Baker always seems to nail that middle sector and get enough of an advantage that the slipstream doesn't mean anything for Wojciech Savidovic. Looking is Diogo Melro as well.
Hey, what this opening race, this is for the purists here. These are the quickest drivers in the championship at this race meeting, going all out for the win. Of course, race 2, 3 and 4, reverse grids.
Here's a good chance now for Diogo. But again, Adam, he comes out of that last corner, he does have the momentum, but the Apex car is always in the way, so he can't really make use of it.
Oh, look how much of that inside curb there that
he's going to go on the grass
taking.
again, is he, Savidovic? No, he goes very wide though. To the curve, you're right, just using all the track, but it's not necessarily the quickest line. The Polish driver sliding the rear of the car around a little bit now. He searches for grip in the late going, really trying to eke every little thing out, and there's a contact. I can see contact, and I think it's between McFarlane and Nicole Foggy. I think the two Northern Lights Racing drivers may have had a bit of a... Oh no, I think they were okay. It might have been 2 different drivers. Apologies to them.
Akison and Smolenski had traded positions at the end of the last lap. I don't know whether something might have happened there.
All 2 cars side by side. I think it was just in the very background of the shot though.
Someone
who's also... There's a few drivers who've got onto the back of this front... the back of the second group as well. There's about 8-10 cars sort of battling there, but here we go for the lead. 2 laps to go. Down the back straight we come. And Savidovic trying the outside once more. Trial and error, is it going to work? Baker bashes him out of the way.
Oh, there you go.
Again, they just lean on each other through the final corner. Baker's definitely got the line this time.
I told you they've been too polite.
And here comes Melro, and here comes Jake Blackhall, the Australian.
Last lap. 3.96 kilometres to decide it then. Savidovic to the outside, and Baker might give him the space.
Baker washes out with understeer. Savidovic has to take to the grass, and I think he's through.
Oh my word, how's he done that?
I think Baker had to get out of it. I think he thought he would hit him.
Now the shoe is on the opposite foot, as it were.
Yep.
Oh,
there's a problem there. That's Katz.
Burned by Harrod. Which makes it now a 4-car fight for the win.
Katz on a hot tin roof at the minute. Here comes Wojciech then down the dip into this slow section. So reminiscent of Road Atlanta, Adam.
Oh no, Baker's
made a big mistake.
That's going to be race victory, match point to Savidovic. I think it's now going to be Baker versus Melro for second.
As he also handicaps Diogo Melro down this back straight. Or is Melro going to get up into second position past the championship leader?
Where's Melro gone? There he is.
He's back, dear me. Flirting with disaster there, CQR.
Magician acts there, but yeah, Savidovic coming through the final corner.
He's pulled the rabbit out of the hat, mate.
Yeah, he had to be rough when he needed to be, and he's going to come through and take the win.
Round 60 of the iRacing MSA British Sim Racing Touring Car Championship goes to Wojciech Savidovic. Andreas Katz is on the grass, and he picks up 5th position. Look at this group coming across there, my word. Smolenski and Hakkerson, that was extremely close. There were 6 cars within a second of each other on that last part of the circuit there. Janowski, Smolenski, Hakkerson, McFarlane, Foggy and Smith. They're still battling lower down the field as well. Look at this for God knows what position that is. I think Stevens nearly caught the back of that group. I think he started from the pit lane.
Hakkerson and Smolenski are only separated by 600ths of a second. That battle had been going on the entire race. Chapelewski only got 26th after starting 36th. Of course, he didn't set a time in qualifying. We're just waiting now. I think everyone's finished, actually. So the top 38 separated by 37 seconds.
Yeah, and 11 of those seconds were just between the bottom 4. There were 27 seconds separating just the top 34 drivers. Roy Viverka, the last driver on the lead lap, I believe he was a pit lane starter as well. Must have had a penalty or something from last week. Either that or he just didn't set a time in qualifying, but he finishes 38th. He's going to be in prime position if they have a full, as he'll be on the front row with what I assume is Lewis Bibby. Did Bibby finish the race?
I think he had a disconnect within half a mile of the line or something.
So chances... will that still count for the reverse grid? I think it probably will.
It should do, yeah. It's only a disqualification that would rule against him.
But it's most likely going to be Lewis Bibby. Reverse grid results will come up in a minute, but first of all, Adam's going to take us through the classified results.
Okay, so Wojciech Premier League and BSRTC Race 1. Wojciech Sawidowicz takes the win. Second, David Baker. Third, Diogo Melro. Fourth, Jake Blackcall. Fifth, Andreas Katz. Sixth, Pete Harrod. Seventh, Julian Janowski. Eighth, Alex Malensky. Ninth, Ben Hackerson. And 10th for Ross McFarlane. Nicole Foggy finishing in 11th. Paul Smith, a good race from him. He was able to get to the finish and get a 12th place. Pete Newman in 13th. 14th for Dan Hunt. Matt Bunn in 15th place with Nathan Davis in 16th. Stuart McFadden in 17th. 18th for Rusty Laidler after going off in the first corner. 19th for Lee Berridge and 20th for Dennis Melcher. 21st for Matthew Keeber. 22nd Scott Malcolm. 23rd after starting in 40th Colin Cunniff. One to watch for the rest of the evening, I think. 24th for Michael Blake, 25th Dan Kraft, 26th Stelian Chapelewski, two drivers we usually see fighting in the top 5, having back of the grid penalties. 27th for Richard Gore, 28th Rob Graham, 29th for Thorstein Helgeson, and 30th for Sven Glatzel. 31st for Jack McIntyre, 32nd Craig Evans, 33rd for Lorne Murray, 34th for Kip Stevens, 35th for Cesare Rizzo, 36th Max Wright, Stuart Atkinson in 37th, Roy Verke in 38th, then 39th, one lap down the last classified finisher Lewis Bibby, and 40th place, 4 laps down Adam Hadfield. His teammate Stephen Baxter, not a good race one for Fanatec. He finished 41st, 5 laps down along with Tristan Bodice. Both of them out on the same lap, and then cars that were out in the early going, Mark Woodhouse and Andrew Whitehead both out on the second lap of the race, and on the opening lap of the race John Roberts and Laura Bond both out. And the two cars that didn't start the race, two drivers that have a rich history in doing well in various iRacing competitions, Josh Thompson and Will Tregerfa.
I think I meant to say classification. Never mind.
You had your Gillette Soccer Saturday hat on for that one, I think.
I did. Wolverhampton Wanderers, no.
In this case, good link. It is Apex Racing 1, CQR 0 for the evening.
And and it's first blood to Wojciech Sawidowicz, and managed to pull that one out of the hat, as we said, barely over David Baker. Now we're going over to Sam Kumo, who's got the reverse grid wheel. He's going to give that a spin. And we're going to see where it lands. Who's going to be on pole position for round 61? It's full. So it is Lewis Bibby, who's most likely at least going to be on pole position. So that's 39 cars reversed, Adam. Excellent.
I'm intrigued to see how far Sawidowicz and Bacon can get up the field then. Race 2 is going to be one to watch, definitely.
Not very, I think. Who was the biggest mover in race 1?
Biggest mover?
Colin Cunniff, I think.
Yeah, 16 places, yeah.
17 places.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's a fair chunk though, isn't it? So, we'll see what happens. I mean, those guys have got a good chance, but there's some very, very quick drivers in that midfield section. As we mentioned, top 17 covered by 9.7 seconds at the flag. The likes of, McFadden, Davies, Bunn, Hunt, Newman, Smith, Foggy, McFarlane, they're not going to be easy drivers to get past at all. They're on a very similar pace to the leaders. In qualifying, if you look at, say, if I look at Nathan Davis in 22nd place in qualifying, he was only 0.6 of a second slower than David Baker was.
Yeah.
So, sorry, 0.7, but that's not a lot of extra speed to use to get past someone, is it? Especially not around the circuit where there's really only about two decent braking zones.
You're almost going to get reduced to the car in front's pace, I think, after a while.
Yep.
That's why it's pretty important to, once you get to the car in front, get by them as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to see the cars in front that you could be on pace with just pulling away.
Exactly, and we'll see exactly what happens in race 2 when we return after the adverts here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live as the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship continues. Stay with us here.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Nick Candy, what a move. Truex on the outside, contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Motorsport, round 61 of the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship from the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park to give its official name in Ontario, Canada. Andrew Woodhouse alongside Adam Bath and Sam Kumo and Adam. Race 1 was a belter, wasn't it? I really enjoyed that one, and now we've got 39 cars reversed. Possibilities are endless.
Really looking forward to it, isn't it? Aren't we?
We are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Plus, we've got Ash Sutton on the grid. So everything, it's for race 2. He's showing up out of the blue. And yeah, let's get down to the grid then.
What? Already?
Yes. Yes. Uh-oh, look out for Verke. He's on the pole. Atkinson second, third Max Wright, fourth Rizzo, fifth Stevens, sixth Murray, seventh Evans, eighth McIntyre, ninth Glatzel and 10th Helgeson, 11th Graham, 12th Gore, 13th Cheppy, 14th Dan Craft, 15th for Michael Blake, 16th Colin Cunniff, 17th Scott Malcolm, 18th Matthew Keeber, 19th Dennis Melchert and 20th Lee Berridge. Cars that will be starting at the rear, we've got Ash Sutton, we've got Dave Christie, so two new additions to the grid there to bring the entries up to 47. And of course Savidovic and Baker, the two at the top in race 1, going to be starting in 37th and 38th.
Yeah, we're minus Will Tregurtha. Josh Thompson hasn't been able to get his computer up and running properly, so he's not here. He still hopes to make the rest of the race, I think. Okay then, I'm going to use my old catchphrase. It's going to be chaos. Good luck, everyone.
Verke's starting from the pit lane, by the way.
He's avoiding it all. Green light is on them. Stuart Atkinson leads away. That's a fantastic start by Stuart Atkinson. Wonderful. There's Ray Rizzo and Keith Stevens. Oh no! Old teammates.
Oh no, Northern Lights into the wall. That's 38.
No, and somebody else is off as well. It's oh no, big crash at turn 2. Big crashes. Rizzo is off. He's managed to miss the wall, but someone went into it hard. I'm not even sure who that was. It was who?
Stevens.
Stevens.
Oh, Cheppy's been hit.
Crash at the front.
Number 5. That was Chepelewski. which has just confused me because on my screen he's in a sim gear car. I don't know what's happening on there, what's going on there. But yeah, Dan Kraft also.
Oh, big one, McFadden. I think, is it?
Oh.
No, it's not McFadden. It's Malcolm.
Yeah. Well, car 53. That was McFadden
no,
going
it was
for a trip.
McFadden. Oh
yeah.
dear. We'll get there in the end.
Right then, up the back straight, Stuart Atkinson has the biggest leader in this race has ever had today. That is 1.3 seconds. Second, Jack McIntyre. Third, Thorstein Helgeson. So there are still two of the sim gear cars left. There's Law Murray, Cheppy, and Kraft.
One of the Stuart Atkinson is responsible for one of the worst starts we've ever seen in iRacing. When I think it was Road America, when he was all alone at the front row and he still managed to lose the lead. He has made one of the best starts I think we've ever seen here today, and miles ahead of Jack McIntyre, miles ahead of Thorstein Helgeson, and then Stelin Chepelewski in fourth, coming under pressure from Daniel Kraft, who we've not mentioned once yet.
8 positions gained for Dan Kraft.
Brilliant
so
start.
Yeah, good stuff from him.
Sideways
me, Cheppy.
There was a knock hill car sideways as well through two. Still very slippery out there. It's quite cold out there on the track, Adam, with the overcast conditions. Track is fairly warm, but the ambient temperature is still pretty low. Oh, off! Big crash! Massive crash.
Who?
It's an Automech car. It's Malcolm.
Oh, Scott Malcolm buried in the wall.
And I think
yeah, the
he's
Automech car with the white roof.
Nathan Davis.
Yes, you would be right. Car 42 is Nathan Davis. Big damage to the Automech car. Davis has carried on pretty much scot-free, but he has lost a few positions from that.
Oh, Davis went on to then collide with Rizzo and a sim gear car, Janowski, and there was a car in the wall as well. I am on the replay, so this is quite a while ago. But someone else did end up in the wall, and I think it might have been Dave Christie.
Oh, Dave! Oh, car in the sideways in real time. That is the car of that's number 5, Stelin Chepelewski. Now Dan Kraft is a man on the mission. He's got 2 cars in front of him, both going wheel to wheel. That's Helgeson versus Chepelewski going into turn 1.
Eppy's through into third then. Helgeson trying that wide line, trying to stay ahead of Daniel Kraft. Not going to be easy though. Kraft, one of the quickest drivers in the series, and he runs wide. Very nearly ends up in that abyss of grass on the outside, which so many drivers end up on here at Motorsport. He's under pressure now. He's
McIntyre leads. What's happened to Atkinson? Oh, I've just had a look on the replay. Oh, he outbrakes himself going into turn 2. Does a very good job of not going into the wall. But yeah, McIntyre, new race leader.
What's that metronome I hear? Perhaps the end is growing near, and that's what happened for Stuart Atkinson's race lead as McIntyre goes into first. Chepelewski, car number 5. He's on the warpath as well, Adam. He's got a big slipstream here.
And there's that Automech car that's there as well. That's Rob Graham. He's just behind them. But yeah, here comes Chepelewski for second position. The rear damage doesn't seem to be affecting him at all. Chepelewski through into second position.
Very late on the brakes there, and he made the corner exceptionally well. That's the right-hander where Wojciech Swidovic and Kip Stevens crashed 2 seasons ago. Fantastic battle between Laidler and Keeber. Also involved in that is Bunn.
Oh, Bunn going to the outside through turn 1. Also drove in the BSR Porsche series back at the start of the season.
There's a bunch of cars at the back that started from the pit lane, Adam. It'd be nice if we have a little look at them. Ashley Sutton leads the way in that. He's 34 seconds off the lead. Sven Glatzel is just behind him. Then it's Max Wright. Then it's Colin Cunniff. Then Craig McLeod-Evans and Roy Viverke. In fact, McLeod-Evans into the pits. Oh, crabbing, I think.
No surprise, Ashlerson's holding the fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.7.
Got that nice clear track in front of him as well.
Massive train here.
Something which Jack McIntyre now has as well.
Yeah, Jack McIntyre has a 2/10 of a second lead, so Cheppy will be with him shortly. In fact, he's with him presently as they go over the top of the hill. Dan Kraft's trying to get that final spot on the rostrum as well.
It comes.
Oh, and he is taking it.
Yeah, nice. You've got to be decisive in the Kia Optima, Adam, haven't you? We've both raced in this series recently, and when there's a move on, you've got to really commit to it. Otherwise, oh, Graham's in the fence. Graham's in the tyre barrier.
Oh, Graham, he was in 8th place.
Robert Graham,
Here-
number 31.
Oh,
Dear me.
McIntyre and Cheppy leads.
Oh, and off into the wall is Lorne Murray as well.
Oh, disaster for Auto Mech 2 off in the space of 2 corners.
Yeah, two different arms of that team. One car from the Knockhill team, one car from the main team.
McIntyre is not giving up on this. He's not letting this overtake by Chepelewski get him down. I'm going to try and use the initiative to try and get that lead back, but here comes Dan Craft as well, third in the championship last year.
He has,
Third on the track.
he has won races, Jack McIntyre, in this series. Forgive me, Jack, for not knowing exactly how many it is. I think it's 2. But one of them was at the Nordschleife.
That we'll be seeing in a few weeks in the flesh.
Yeah. What an amazing
Hopefully.
place that is. Fantastic. Big battle going on further back, but we've got to focus on the lead because McIntyre right with Stelin Chepelewski. Cheppy has to defend the inside here. Not sure he needed to, Adam, really. Just allow McIntyre some nice momentum that he can use into this final sector, and Cheppy's going wide.
And this is what's so good about this circuit. We're getting to see drivers that might not be able to compete with Chepelewski on a qualifying lap, able to stick with him down the straight.
I didn't see where McIntyre qualified in race 1, but the times are fairly close between all these drivers here today. As Atkinson defending from Gore, you see just in the background, that's for 5th and 6th place. In fact, we can move to that now. See whether our pole sitter is able to stave off the offensive from Richard Gore. Oh, and mistake from McIntyre.
Going to allow Dan Craft the chance, but surely he not through here. Bumpy this section.
Oh, look at the speed he's carried down the hill, Adam, and surely a cutback's in play now.
A try.
Didn't get the best exit out of there.
See what speed they can get up to then in these gear Optimas. We've already flown by the 200Ks. Now it's 220 kilometers an hour. Craft picking up the speed now. It's about 230, now nearly 240 kilometers an hour. But the CQR car not able to get through just yet.
What's that, about 150 miles an hour?
I think.
Something like that, isn't it? Very, very fast machine, this Kia Optima in a straight line. It was doing about 175 miles an hour at the Circuit de la South when we were there.
Just under 150 miles an hour.
Oh, Craft having a look. That makes it faster than a British touring car. What's that, mate?
There you go. We can say we're the fastest touring car series, but that's DTM.
Yeah, DTM. I must admit, is those things are rapid. First sprung Dirk technique, though, isn't it? You know, German engineering for you. We don't have that in the Kia Optima, but we do have a 7-year warranty, which a lot of these drivers avoided.
But many times by now.
Many times over.
Keeping the Korean factory in business, I think.
But it's more in business than the Korean Grand Prix circuit, I think, based on what we were talking about last week. Need to get the Kia Optima there in iRacing. There you go. That'd be a home
Jack
track for the car.
McIntyre's second place still be in business?
Well, he'll hope so, definitely. Obviously, someone who won't is Daniel Craft, but Sim Gira having a good race. Thorstein Helgeson is in 4th position. The Icelander. Look at this from Craft. He's really monstering him now. Gonna have to defend the line.
Yeah,
surely
he touched the back of McIntyre through there.
Very, very close on lap 8 now. 4 to go. It's fantastic to see these cars really working, isn't it, through this circuit. That's one thing it does. It just tests the limit of the Kia Optima. Helgeson having a look on Craft now. He's closing
nowhere
on
for
this.
Helgeson, isn't he? Yeah, 123.0 on that last lap, 0.2 of a second quicker than Dan Craft.
Excellent race from Helgeson. Possibly his
Look how much
best in the
cleaner his
series.
car is, though, compared to the CQR S-Line car.
Possibly his best race of the series so far, as he joined in at the start of this season. allowing Stelian Chepelevsky to get away. Is this battle?
Up to 1.1 seconds now, yeah.
Yep. And the slipstream is going to start to ebb away from Jack McIntyre here. And of course that's going to make him vulnerable to Daniel Kraft because he doesn't have the aid of the tow himself, McIntyre. But you sort of sense that maybe Dan Kraft's car might be just losing its edge at the minute. Adam, he's not climbing all over the back of him, is he, in some of these corners, but McIntyre's nailing his exits.
Almost seems remarkable to talk about it, considering the track temperature is so low, but I wonder if tyre wear might just be starting to play a factor here, because they do take a punishing around these very long corners.
Yeah, a lot of high speed corners, constant radius corners, and really does wear out the tyre. McIntyre, well, they'll be hoping his are in good shape. Look at Richard Gore now. Where did he come from? I'm not sure, but he's having a go at Helgeson.
Go up 7 positions, as you were saying, yeah, to 7th place, to 5th place now, so he is doing a fantastic job. But can he get anywhere near Helgeson? Yeah.
He's got one of the best runs we've seen out of that back section of the circuit.
Here he comes to the outside, but we've not seen too many drivers done.
What can he do into
top of the hill?
What can he do into turn 7 then? He's trying to go around the outside. Oh, and he's made it work. Look at that. What a move that is by Richard Gore. That's not easy to do because the man on the inside always has an advantage.
Right, 2 laps to go then. It's still on for 2nd place. McIntyre versus Dan Kraft. Kraft trying everything in his power, but McIntyre in the sim gear car and Kraft in the CQR car both look pretty evenly matched here. Either that or the slipstream down the back straight is what's keeping McIntyre in the 2nd position.
Yeah, I mean, of course it is an open setup series, so there are some variations to how the guys have got the car configured, and it could be that the sim gear car's just got slightly less wing maybe, and as a result maybe just preventing a good slipstream from Daniel Kraft. It looks like he's got good traction though, as Jack McIntyre. As you see in the background, there's a battle going on, and it's between Michael Blake and Stuart Atkinson as well. That's for 7th and 8th place. Atkinson started on the pole. Blake started 15th, so a good performance from him as Atkinson makes a mistake, and this could be a chance.
See what Michael Blake can do.
Look at that.
Blake up 7 positions as well. Yeah, menacing behind, led by the racer with CQR car of Laidler.
We haven't even got any time really to look at it, but there's so much going on. Here comes Blake, then he's going to try and do the same as what Gore did. He loses it, and Atkinson's on the grass, so it doesn't matter. Michael Blake threw it into 7th place. That's one of his best. I think that's one of his best finishes he's had in the series.
Just well held there, Stuart Atkinson. That was pretty close, but yeah, he stays in his 8th position.
Nice battle though going on in the lower reaches of the top 10. Lower reach of the top 20 is home to our championship leader, David Baker. In fact, in 20th place, which is still good going. He's still come through from 37th on the grid, Adam, but he's joined by Andreas Katz down there in 17th place. My God, look at this.
Baker's done relatively well, yeah, 17 positions, the same as Andreas Katz, yeah.
But again, they've reached this point, mate, where, you know, these drivers in the middle of the field, they're no mugs. They know, oh, up the inside goes Davies, bang! Into the side of Melcher. Well, a bit of ping pong going on out there on the track from Davies, but Stelian Chepelevsky.
Baker's moving to the outside. Baker's trying to make it 3 wide nearly, or maybe just 2 wide.
Cheppy's coming through the final corner.
Oh, yeah.
Adam. And yeah, it's just flown by us this race, hasn't it? Stelian Chepelevsky flies across the line and takes the win here at Mosport. Fantastic stuff, and he celebrates with a drift. Look at this battle going on there, 9th, 10th, 11th and further back. Oh,
and everyone else, yeah.
contact. I can see some of it going on. I'm not sure exactly who that is. That's Keeber and possibly Davies. I think someone got... Oh no, nobody got disqualified. They just lost a lot of places on the final lap. I think it might have been Pete Newman because he's down to 30th. Only 22 seconds separates 32 drivers. Ashley Sutton, best of the rest, best of that pack that was had to start from the pits in 33rd place. He did gain 5 seconds on the race winner. Ashley Sutton in the last 8 laps.
Yeah, that was a pretty good job by Ash there. 13 positions gained. He'll be hoping for a reverse grid that will work in his favour. Another full, he'd be delighted with, I think.
Of course, he wasn't.
But yeah,
he
that
wasn't
easy finish. We had Baker in there. We had everyone else as well.
Of course, Sutton and co weren't having to battle with anybody really, so kind of inflated that. But Ash Sutton certainly will be a contender for the race victory, as will Sven Glatzel and Colin Cunniff probably as well if they're anywhere near the front. So yeah, Met, take us through the results and then we'll do the reverse grid wheel.
Yeah, let's have a look at the race results. Yeah, race victory for Stelian Chepelewski. Second, Jack McIntyre. Third for Dan Kraft. Fourth, Richard Gore. Fifth for Forstein Helgeson. Sixth for Matt Bunn. Seventh, Michael Blake. Eighth, Stuart Atkinson. Ninth for Rusty Laidler. And 10th for Dan Hunt. 11th for Lee Berridge. 12th for Matthew Keeber. 13th for Nathan Davis. 14th for Dennis Melcher. 15th for Stuart McFadden. 16th for Andreas Katz. 17th for Nicole Foggy. 18th for Julian Janowski. 19th for David Baker. And 20th for Diogo Melro. 21st for Jake Blackhall. 22nd for Wojciech Ridovic. 23rd for Adam Hadfield. A good race from him after crashing out in the opening race. 24th for Pete Harrod. 25th for Alex Walensky. 26th Paul Smith. 27th for Tristan Bodis. 28th for Stephen Baxter. 29th for Laura Bond. And 30th for Pete Newman. 31st for Andrew Whitehead. 32nd for John Roberts. 33rd Ash Sutton. 34th Sven Glatzel. 35th for Colin Cunniff. 36th Dave Christie. 37th for Roy Ververke. 38th Ben Hackerson. And then the car that pitted during the race, Ross McFarlane. 41st Rob Graham. 42nd Lorne Murray. 43rd Craig Evans. 44th for Scott Malcolm. 45th for Rizzo. The two cars out early on in race 2, Mark Woodhouse and Kip Stevens.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate. Fantastic race. We had a great battling all the way through the field. Thanks as well for everybody who's joining us tonight live on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. It's always a pleasure to have you with us on this Thursday evening. Now, it's over to the man with the finger on the pulse. Well, more likely the finger on the reverse grid button. Sam Kumo is going to spin the wheel for us. That's going to come up on your screen. And you'll be able to see exactly who's going to be on pole position. It could go down to Ben Hackerson in 39th position. It's full again, so for the second time, Adam, it's a maximum. And that means that Ben Hackerson, who's a bit of a jack of all trades on Apex Racing TV, seems to race in everything, he's going to be starting on pole position. And Roy Ververke, well, will he take the front row start this time? Who knows?
Well, yeah, he's a jack of all trades, so, Hackerson, but will he be starting like a jack in a box for race 3? That'll be something to watch out for.
Yeah, we'll see what Ben Hackerson can do then. As we return for more action. We've got 2 races left here from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, and you'll see those right after this break.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Nick Candy, what a move. Truex in the outside, contact made. 56 slides it out of 4. Who's going to be into the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours.
Welcome back to Motorsport and the BSRTC, the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Canada. Andrew Woodhouse and Adam Bath with you. Sam Kumo bringing you all the great footage that you see. And yeah, Adam, we thought we'd lost you there for a minute, mate, but you survived the advert break.
It's a perfect time for it to happen, really. I'm hoping that it's able to hold up for the rest of the evening. Running through the grid, Hackerson on the pole, Verke second, but he won't be starting there. Max Wright in third, Dave Christie fourth, so we've really got an auto mech whitewash of the first few rows on the grid. Then it's Colin Cunniff in fifth, Axel Sikfash Sussen in seventh, his first time tonight being near the front. I don't know whether he'll be starting there either because he's yet to give his position on the start line. Roberts in eighth, ninth Andrew Whitehead, and 10th Pete Newman.
Yeah, so Ben Hackerson then has got a good starting spot. Got to make Ash Sutton one of the favourites for this, Adam. In P6 it'll be effectively, won't it?
That's unless he doesn't take the start either. We've got 5 seconds to go. Roy Verke has just taken his spot on the grid. Max Wright and Sutton haven't. No, Verke's gone again. I
thought he'd have failed to start from the pits, which wouldn't have been great. But here we go. Red lights are on. Green light is on. Great start from Sven Glatzel. Look at that. He's gone all the way around Dave Christie into P3 already for Glatzel. Good work from him. Everyone else through turn 1. Looks like they are at the front of the pack, Adam.
If anything kicks off here, going through turn 2, everyone being pretty well behaved.
Off. There is a car.
Glatzel.
2 cars off. Automech car as well. Didn't see exactly who it was. I think it might have been McFadden.
But makes sense. He's down 12 positions. But yeah, Ben Hackerson leads the way as we go down the hill for the first time. Christie not in second. It's Colin Cunniff in second as we go on the brakes. As Hackerson sideways, he misses the apex, and that's going to be Colin Cunniff right on the back now with a boosted car.
There's cars off in that section as well, and one of them is a Fanatec car. I think it's Adam Hadfield.
Three wide. It's Tristan Bodis. It's Pro Sim car of Laura Bond and the Fanatec car.
No, there's no space.
Bond boxed out there, but she's coming back.
Doing the right thing. He was almost bonded to the rear end of the boosted car and the Fanatec car then. Bodice retains, I think, what is 9th, I think.
7th now.
7th position now.
Walensky and Savidovic going wheel to wheel here as they come to the final corner to get the opening lap over and done with.
Where's Hackerson gone? Oh, he's back. Dear me.
I was glad I wasn't the only one that saw that for a brief moment.
By the way, these two started from the pit lane in race 2. So they were racing each other fairly close quarters. I think they finished 1 second apart as Christie makes contact with
Newman, was that?
Newman, yeah.
Yes,
sorry.
Newman with the blue bumper strip.
Someone went off as well. Baxter went off then.
Oh, again, Baxter's been in issues in race 1 and now in race 3.
Never has any luck,
Oh,
Stephen
smoke!
Baxter.
Someone's off. I can't see who it is.
Oh, Bodice. Mr. Bodice into the wall. Down the hill, it's treacherous in the opening laps, and he's now facing the wrong way.
I could see.
Melro off as well. Melro.
Oh, Glatzel actually is having a battle, I think. He's still in that crazy battle that involves Harrod, Smolensky and Christie as they head down the back straight. Past Alex Smolensky.
Christie's got a good slipstream. Glatzel's trying to get past the Scotsman. Christie up the inside of Harrod.
Not too often we see Dave Christie up here.
Doing a good job, the automatic driver. Oh, up the inside of Harrod was Christie.
Oh.
Bash. Contact. Have a bit of that, he says. 3 wide.
Glatzel at the inside.
And Christie round the outside of Sven Glatzel now.
Jake Blackwell, I don't know what's going on with his car as they go up to turn 2.
No offence to Dave, but is this bizarro world, Adam? He's going.
It's opposite day.
Well, it is
off.
Canada, as Vince McMahon would say, as off goes Dave Christie.
It all got too much.
And off goes. Oh, everyone's off. Baker.
Foggy.
Baker's in the wall, and that could be out of the race for the championship leader.
Oh, the tyre wall's done what it did to me. It ate him and spat him back out, Nicole Foggy.
There was a few drivers off as well. I think I'm going to have to go back and we're going to have a proper look at that and see who was off, because there were 3 drivers off coming down the hill as well, and those were Evans, Graham and Rizzo. But I don't think any of them crashed. I think they just went off the circuit.
Battle for the lead.
Oh, Evans has crashed apparently.
Colin
And also crashed is Atkinson.
Oh, sure. So that's 2 boosted cars now out. Bodice and yeah, Atkinson as Ben Hackerson has to lose the lead because Colin Cunniff's passed him.
That's a poor couple of laps for boosted. Then Hackerson losing first position, and then Atkinson crashing and Bodice crashing.
Hackerson blinking a bit.
He's got an awful connection at the moment, Hackerson. I don't know if he mentioned he was in Guernsey. I don't know whether that's
Channel Islands, yeah.
I know I believe the Channel Islands don't they have individual internet providers and things like that? Isn't it like Hull? Where they've got there's one company with a monopoly on it. No, it's not. No, I know it's Yorkshire, but it's not. Oh, look at this! What on earth is going on? Blackhall, and is losing positions to Davis and to Andreas Katz and Laura Bond as well. Blackhall losing the rear a little bit down the hill. Davis into his teammate.
Oh, dear
me.
me.
And round the outside, and Bosch.
Blackwell's still at it. Yeah, it's not often you see smoke coming from the rear of a BSR car, but yeah, we just saw it there with Jake Blackwell as he drifted his way through the left-hander.
I can hear more contact going on at the slow right-handers. I don't know who it was at all, but Ash Sutton must have started from the pits again.
Yeah, I think he didn't take his spot on the grid.
Only 34th.
Well, he's only got one more shot at a reverse grid. This is race 3, of course, but
here comes Hackerson.
Hackerson for the lead again.
Here comes Hackerson. He got a fantastic run out of the last corner, but didn't get a lot of slipstream. So I wonder if the Northern Lights racing car got a little bit less wing than him. We were right about sim gear, Adam, when you were missing in the middle of the races. Oh, dear me, Cunniff was so close to going into that grass runoff area. That would have been at least 1 position lost. Look at this coming down the hill. Can you see it?
This the Laura Bond battle.
Yeah, look at it. Goodness me.
Oh, that's 2 Apex cars going at it. Oh no, sorry, it's not an Apex car, it's a Fanatec car. Forces Nathan Davis and Glatzel.
It's the 2 cars with the green mirrors, Adam. It's Davis versus Glatzel, Wales versus Germany.
He nearly had that
And
on our
oh,
hands.
sideways is Janowski.
And who's that? That's car 104. That's Matt Bunn throwing it up the inside of the 23 car of
Oh, he
Glatzel.
hit the curb. Hit the curb, did Bunn, and that kind of scuppered his momentum. Yeah.
Baker had it in race 1 that prevented him from getting the win. Pete Newman and car 1, Wojciech Savinovic, now going wheel to wheel down the straight. This is for 4th and 5th.
And Baker's out of the race, Adam, I think.
0 points, no points.
Unless he emerges literally now from the pits, but I don't think he's going to do that. And here come the leaders then, Hackerson and Cunniff. Colin Cunniff leading the race. The Northern Lights Racing.
And the gap was 300.
Oh, Hackerson disappears again. It always seems to be at that point in the circuit.
I wonder if there's a bit of a dropped frame or something going through that part of the course. Maybe it's because there's so many cars in the pit lane that it has to get a few shown or something like that. But yeah, Hackerson in 2nd.
All smoke, and I wonder if that was coming out of the car of Wojciech Savinovic. And Newman coming under a lot of pressure from Smolenski. Newman's car is not exactly showroom ready.
He's carrying a few bit of battle scars here, but he soldiers on as he heads down the valley.
Does resemble a battlefield sometimes in BSRTC racing, I must admit. A few drivers have good kill streaks going on, don't they?
Where are the recon planes then?
Well, that's it. That's it. Somebody will be calling for a UAV in a minute.
Well,
Here comes.
If you get all the incidents, then you get the tactical nuke at the end.
Here comes Wojciech Savinovic then. Luckily, no one's camping in this spot as Savinovic goes into third place, round the outside of John Roberts, from round champion, of course. Pete Newman now has found some speed from somewhere.
Oh, here comes Newman. Yeah, on a resurgence here as Hackerson again disappears through the first corner and back again. But here comes Newman.
Could say he's a new man on this lap, Newman.
Very good, I love that.
Except he's not, because Smolenski's going to come up the inside.
And he is through.
And so he's lost a place, so I've just cursed him as badly as I cursed you, I think, last week.
Here comes the other Pete.
How many Petes?
Now we just need Paul here, and then we can have 2 BSRTC racers sat on the track, one named Peter and one named Paul. Fly away, Peter.
That's it. Well, hopefully not. We've seen cars airborne today.
Speaking of Paul Smith, I'll just update you, Paul
Concertina
Smith fans. He is in 25th.
Sorry, Adam. Concertina effect at the double apex right-hander. Roberts was hit by Smolenski, who was hit by Harrod, who was hit by Newman, or the other way around.
Or bunching up, that'll just be more damage, I think, for Pete Newman on that race up with CQR car.
Very much almost side by side for the lead. Hackerson still pushing hard, but you're going to find it difficult with this connection issue that he's got going on, Adam, to really go side to side with the Scotsman.
Oh, he's going to disappear, isn't he, through here? Oh, he's going to go. There he goes.
Oh, he's gone, yep. Oh,
But
somebody's on the grass. Who's that? Laura Bond on the grass. I don't think it makes a difference there. She's still ahead of Richard Gore. Stuart Atkinson coming back out. He's lost 4 laps. There's very little point of doing that, really. Unless it's just rolled out of the pit lane of its own accord. This is a downhill pit lane.
No handbrake.
Yep. Smolenski versus Newman, and Harrod's gone through on both of them.
Harrod's up to 5th. Smolenski not giving up.
Sutton having a boring race, 30th for him. Not too bad considering where he started, to be honest.
He still has the fastest lap of the race, so 21.6.
Again, it would be nice if he can fight at the front. I wonder if he's serving penalties though, Adam. I wonder if that's what it is. Or he's having to start at the back.
I think it must be.
Maybe a couple of consecutive penalties possibly from previous rounds. Afflicting the reigning Jack Sears Trophy champion.
Oh, car off, it's Savinovic, 1. Savinovic, something's gone wrong to the championship, or to the reigning champion.
And he's been passed by about 4 cars. Oh, it's the Oh, it's the second to last corner, Adam. He just loses the rear and goes very wide. He misses the wall. No damage for him. So, no damage at all for the Polish driver. But on his way, he goes.
I was going to say he was in for his second rostrum of the season, but not anymore.
Yep.
That's now the role of John Roberts.
Yeah, let's see what Roberts can do then. Had to cling on grimly to third place. I'm enjoying this though, Adam, because it looks like you can hang on to positions. You place your car well around this circuit.
We could do a good job around here, possibly. If, we got in a good position.
I reckon so.
Here comes John Roberts then, up the hill, king of the ring. But will he be top of the Motorsport? Oh, that's a bad pun, but here we go.
Very bad pun, but it's fine. As well, the thing is, I'm good in fast corners, so I think we could have something here.
I think Pete Harrod's good in the fast corners as well, as he goes around the outside and back up the inside. Roberts won't take too kindly to that.
Outstanding move by Harrod. Absolutely brilliant. Nothing John Roberts could do. He did everything right.
You get really pincered out, really, if you're on the outside through that penultimate corner, as John Roberts was there. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, Roberts did the right thing, chucking the car into turn 1. Has to retain this 4th place, you would think. Be a good result for Boosted if they get it. Zackerson still running in the top 2.
Resolute defending there by Pete Newman stops Smolenski getting through. Savidovic, a man on a mission. Where on earth is he going?
Having all sorts of trouble out there, Wojciech Savidovic. I wonder if he's having some technical issues because he's all over the place.
I think he's just trying desperately to get as many positions as he can in the closing stages. Of course, Baker has got a 0 here, so he can afford to take it a little bit easier than he can. Look at the curb they take there. If you take too much, you will get washed out, but if you take just enough, can really help.
Yeah, that is official as well. Dave Baker out of the race after just 4 laps. On to the final lap then they come. Just a couple of corners to go for Colin Cunniff.
Hackerson's turning it on, isn't he, in these closing stages. Seems good for this final sector once he's picked up that slipstream. Here comes the white flag.
Then he's going to disappear. Wojciech Savidovic, it sounds like he's on the move. On Smolenski up the inside. Savidovic seems to get the red mist at this circuit, doesn't he? Him
and Smolenski have been in a bit of argy-bargy today. As here comes there's not a Proton car behind, it's a Apex car. It's Andreas Katz as well.
Very nearly bashes into the Bulgarian as here comes the German, Katz. Savidovic in P6.
I think that's Katz getting a good run, but Smolenski closes the door. And John Roberts could find himself under pressure from Pete Newman in the closing stages. Nothing is happening at the front, I can tell you. It's still Cunniff from Hackerson.
It seems that Hackerson's good in the final part of the course. Cunniff's better in the first sector. They're kind of even through sector 2. He's going to try all he can to get the slipstream down the back straight and close in, but
that might be too much.
He's overtaking opportunities of diminishing by the second, and he may have to go for a ridiculous one into the last corner, but I don't think he's close enough. He is quick through here. You can see him closing the gap. Going to be too late, surely. Last corner for Cunniff then. Goes a bit wide, but it's going to be okay. Cunniff.
Watch out for Savidovic, guys.
Next victory for Northern Lights Racing.
Finish through the final corner. Smolenski versus Katz on the run to the line. That's going to be a photo finish. Who's got that? That would have been Smolenski just by 600ths of a second.
Jake Blacko very nearly nicked that as well on the line.
Epilevsky takes 18th place.
Davis has been
39th.
Disqualified, surely.
Yes. Unfortunately, the timing for me is down, so I would have notified you of that sooner. But Davis disqualified. Sutton comes across the line to take 27th after a pit lane start.
Good result for Ash in the end, actually.
Yeah, because even if we get a small reverse grid, he's surely going to benefit from it.
Yep. And the big reverse grid, we know what his overtaking skills are like, and he seems to have the pace around this Canadian Tire Motorsport Park.
Verke coming across the line. The Automet car looking a little bit legless, you could say, there, as he comes across the line and takes a 31st position.
Lap times were good, though. I mean, pretty solid lap times in the end.
24, yeah, 24s are pretty decent actually.
That's only about half a second slower than what we were seeing at the front of the race. So
Kip Stevens takes 32nd position, Kiba 33rd, and Lorne Murray survived to finish in 34th, and he will be the car eligible for the full reverse grid, and we get it in race 4.
Yeah, we're going to see that in just a couple of minutes time. But first, I don't even know what time it is. It's that time again. The race results to be read out, and yeah, we'll see who the contenders are for reverse grid pole.
Yeah, it's what we all tune in for, isn't it? To hear me do the results. Colin
Math
Cunningham,
equals ratings.
yes. Thank you for everyone that likes to hear it. Colin Cunningham takes the win. Second for Ben Hackerson, half a second behind in the end. Pete Harrod in third, fourth for John Roberts. Fifth for Pete Newman. Savinovic, it could have been a rostrum for him. Instead, it was a 6th position. Did gain a few positions on that last lap, though, so it could have been worse than it was in the end. Alex Smolensky finishing in 7th, Andreas Katz in 8th, Jake Blackhall in 9th, and 10th for Julian Janowski. 11th for Richard Gore, 12th Matt Bunn, 13th Laura Bond, 14th for Sven Glatzel. After starting in 6th position, he did go off on the opening lap, so had to spend the rest of the race getting those positions back. Laidler 15th, 16th for Chepelevsky after starting in 39th position. Good job there by the number 5. 17th for Dan Hunt, 18th for Lee Berridge, 19th Jack McIntyre, and 20th for Stuart McFadden. 21st place for Thorstein Helgeson, Ross McFarlane in 22nd. Paul Smith finished in 23rd place after starting 14th. I don't know what happened to the Yorkshireman during the race actually, so yeah, problems for Paul there. Mark Woodhouse 24th, 25th for Dan Kraft, 26th for Scott Malcolm. Ash Sutton in 27th place with what I believe is another fastest lap of the race, so I don't know if he gets any points for that actually. But yeah, 28th for Rob Graham, 29th Michael Blake, and 30th for Max Wright. Roy Verke 31st, 32nd Kip Stevens, 33rd Matthew Keever, 34th Lon Murray, the last car that was classified because Nathan Davis got disqualified on the last lap of the race. Stuart Atkinson 4 laps down, Adam Hadfield 6 laps down, Diogo Melro 7 along with Tristan Bodis, Cesaro Rizzo 8 laps down, Dave Christie, while he was running up at the front for a brief moment until things turned a little bit sour there. Craig Evans 8 laps down along with Andrew Whitehead. Dave Baker no points for the championship leader. What could that do? Leaving Motorsports. Nicole Foggy 9 laps down along with Stephen Baxter, and Dennis Melcher 10 laps down, so problems for the Belgian in race 3.
Yeah, and well, I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic race that we had. A lot of action here, and it's been a really excellent meeting tonight. It's one of my favourite ones I think that we've had in this BSRTC in 2017. So stick around because we've still got one race to go here from the former home of the Canadian Grand Prix. However, first of all, we have to decide who's going to be on pole position. It's over to Sam Kumo for that. See what he does. See what he finds, Adam.
Seems to be picking out the same number, the Wheel of Fortune. Lucky dip, I guess.
Yeah. If we can make a hat-trick of fulls, it's not.
34. Well, that is a full, really.
It is.
Yeah, it is a full, because Lorne Murray was the last classified finisher in 34th position. So he gets the reverse grid pole for the final race of the day. Matthew Keever 2nd, Kip Stevens 3rd, Verke in 4th, and Max Rice in 5th. Tell you what, a few of those guys are back pretty much where they started, I think.
I think you're right. So we're gonna see how they get on in race 4 of the evening here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live. Join us back here as the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship rolls on.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
quick candy, what a move. Truex on the outside, contact made. 56 slides in at a 4. Who's going to be at the stripe? Dead even, give it to Ryan Truex. Truex is your winner over Tandy.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Here we are then for the final time tonight here on Apex Racing TV and iRacing Live, the iRacing MSA British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship from the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath, Sam Kumo bringing you all the coverage here from this great series, and we're going to round 63. Adam, we're almost halfway to the showdown. I think we are halfway to the showdown.
Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? I think we might be starting to get on the return leg home. But what a race meeting this has been. This has probably been one of my favourites. I love the whole, I love the racing where the packs are all bunched together, and hopefully we get the same more of that in race 4. Final race. Lord Murray on the pole. Matthew Heber. Yeah.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong, I love overtaking, but when the overtaking's going to be worked for like it is here, I think it's brilliant.
Murray on the pole. Keeber, 3rd Stevens, 4th Burke. 5th is Max Wright, 6th Michael Blake, 7th Rob Graham, 8th Ash Sutton, 9th Scott Malcolm and 10th Dan Craft, 11th Mark Woodhouse, 12th Paul Smith, 13th Ross McFarlane, 14th Thorstein Helgerson, 15th Stuart McFadden, 16th Jack McIntyre, 17th Lee Berridge, 18th Dan Hunt, 19th Steny Chapelewski, and 20th is Rusty Laidler.
Alright, thanks very much. 10 seconds to go then, before the lights start to come on. How long can Lord Murray keep his lead for? He's got a few teammates up in the top 10. See what Automatic Knock Hill can do, and we'll see also what Balatech can do. Here we go then. The green light is on for the final time. Like a good start by Murray. Pretty good start for Keeber as well. Third is Stevens, then it's Wright, and then it's... Oh, sideways! They're all sideways at the front.
Oh, Graham's off. I think he might have been nudged off by Ash Sutton going through turn 2.
Yeah, it was Graham.
Oh, then.
Button taking no prisoners there.
Take that, you idiot, as Lord Murray leads.
It is indeed.
Not you, Rob, as they go down the hill. Button all over the place.
Oh, me.
Michael Blake now in the mix. That's Dan Kraft as well, Sutton's teammate.
This is going to be one of those races, I think, where we start just shouting unintelligibly at the screen.
57's around. That is our Team Mad car, I think. I think it might be Melcher.
Woodhouse is 57.
Oh, Woodhouse.
Yep.
Woodhouse.
And there was also a Northern Lights car around. I think it's Cunniff.
We're free wide, folks. Goodness
me.
Oh,
it's McLeod Evans and Cunniff's last, I think, at the minute.
Dan Hunt is in the mix of the biggest. Oh my goodness me! How's Dan Hunt? How Dan Hunt held on to that as they go through the right-hander. Look how close this all is.
Oh my God!
Laura Bond up the inside of car 104. That's Matt Bunn.
And she's with her teammate there. 37 is Daniel Hunt. Hunt's going through. Bunn is through, I think. Yep.
Gotta have your wits about you on this opening lap.
Wow. So many cars so tightly packed. You know what it's like. I know what it's like. We've both raced in the series this season.
I bet even the spotters can't even keep
up.
Oh,
Laidler!
He's done that already today, but this time he's just going to have to go across the grass again.
Dear me.
He's going to rejoin just behind Janowski, so about 24th place.
He's not loving turn 2 today, he's Rusty Laidler.
Oh no, Sutton's just literally taken out Max Wright.
Anyway,
I think Max Wright might have broke a bit early, or Sutton was going for the inside line. I'm trying to stick up for Sutton here, but yeah, your thoughts, Mr. Woodhouse?
Sutton was going for the inside, but Wright was in the middle of the track, so Sutton, it was just a late. I think Sutton misjudged the. He misjudged the overtake.
Are you saying that Max was in the right and Sutton was in the wrong?
Yeah, I think he'll get a penalty for that. Will Ash?
Yes, Murray leads, second Kiva. Now this is an opportunity for the Alphalatech team to get a victory with their new colour scheme that's been in effect for a few race meetings. But come on, Ash Sutton here, car 116. He's now to third.
I don't know if he'll keep this result. If he does win it, Ash Sutton, it's a shame because he's been at the back in all the two races he's done so far. This time he tries the same move but with more success.
A bit of breaking news for you. Wojciech Swidovic is out of the race.
What?
I don't know how it happened. It's disconnect, I think. He's had a connection issue. He's back now. He's just rejoined the session. He might be able to rejoin and stay in the classified positions.
There's a few having trouble out there today. Where's Baker anyway?
Baker's a lap down. He's not even on the track. So problems for two of our championship contenders.
Oh, he's got major damage, David Baker. So Svidovic out, Baker out. Did they crash with each other?
No, they didn't. Svidovic just disappeared.
It said he manually disconnected though. Wojciech Svidovic.
That's what I thought. There was no. Yeah, here comes Ash Sutton for the lead. By the way, he's disposed of both Keeper and Murray in one lap, and the British Touring Car Jack Sears Trophy winner from last year takes the lead on lap 3.
Yeah, good job from Lon Murray to keep the lead for as long as he has. And he's now under pressure from Matt Keeber.
The Formula Renault equivalent of Van Loosenholt, isn't it, really?
Yeah, on a circuit like this, he's very quick on. But again, I think he'll take some pain for that crash with Max Wright. I don't think Wright could have done anything about that.
The thing with the BSRTC penalty system, though, is that you usually are able to hold on to your race victory, I think, but do you get a penalty for the next race meeting?
It would depend if Max Wright is out of the race or not. If Max Wright is out of the race, I think it'll be a disqualification potentially for Sutton. At least that's how it used to work, because that's what happened with Kip Stevens and Wojciech Svidovic in 2015.
Yeah, we usually get a disqualification and then a grid penalty for the next race meeting in severe circumstances. Max Wright is out of the race.
We don't want to wish anything bad on Ash, even really, but it's he looks like he's made the mistake and he's probably going to have to answer for it with the stewards.
Oh, we've got a few good battles going on here. Yeah, here comes Paul Smith. He is right behind Kip Stevens. This could be interesting.
Oh, it definitely could be. Our colleague Paul Smith and the league admin Kip Stevens. It's going to try the outside. There's a bit of contact.
Right front to left rear. Stevens and Smith. Car 15 versus car 16. Position 4 versus position 5.
Bit of damage on that race hub car now. Smith's not going to be happy with that. Although again, maybe it's like misjudgment from the auctionman.
Stephen said his Savinovich collision 2 years ago.
Michael Blake's having an excellent meeting, I think. Maybe on for 2 top 10 finishes. He's got Jack McIntyre behind him in the similarly liveried Sim Gear car, but those two are not teammates, even though it does look like they could be.
Janowski's out of the race. I don't know what happened to Uni. He was inside the top 20 at the beginning. I'm just not keeping up with this. The lack of timing information for me. I don't know who is and who is out of the race. But yeah, Janowski's fallen by the wayside.
Field, mate. I don't blame you. Oh, off goes Dave Christie.
Dave Christie, who was he started in 41st, was in 37th. Yeah, he's now got, I think, Craig Evans for company now. 2 Scottish teams there.
Yeah, he's just lost that advantage he had over Evans. He's still in front of him.
Stevens versus Smith, take 2 as they go down the back straight. But Stevens able to hold on again. Who's that behind Smith again? That is Michael Blake and McIntyre. Field starting to spread out a little bit, actually, for the first time all evening. Battle between Helgeson, Malcolm and Glatzel as well. That's 3 different teams, all fighting over the same bit of track.
Sutton slowed down. Lord Murray's right with him.
What's happened here? No damage on the CQR S-Line car.
I think he's struggling with his connection, you know.
Yeah, that must be the case, because I haven't seen any sign of... Oh, he's gone again. He's back.
He was nearly 2 seconds clear.
But then at the line, it was 1/10. Yeah. Here comes Dan Kraft as well. We've already got a CQR S-Line leading for now. Could we get 2 CQR S-Line cars on the podium here?
He's got a good shot at it, Daniel Kraft. He started in 10th position. In 4th at the moment, looking at Matthew Keeber. I'm sure. Did Keeber win a race earlier on the season for Alpha Tech? One of the early ones?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's bringing the rest of this pack with him, actually, because Stevens, Smith and Blake aren't too far away.
Yeah, and McIntyre.
And once you're within that slipstream, you pretty much are locked in there as long as you don't make a mistake.
Yeah, I think you're right. The nature of this circuit, isn't it? Hudson is just getting clear of Lon Murray. Murray's putting up a good fight, though, however.
Kraft trying, his car was all over the place under braking, going through the 3rd to last corner.
Look at the speed Sutton carries through the final sector. Very impressive. That one mistake, which may haunt him, who knows. Here comes McIntyre on Blake then for 7th. McIntyre going to be in 7th heaven. Yes, he is. He's through. The top 8 are clear, and they are in one big pack.
Better in 7th heaven than the 7 circles of hell.
Which well, there's still time.
Yes, it could. That's how quickly things can change in the BSRTC. As they go down the hill, plunge down. There's almost shades of the exit paddock hill bend. That left-hander, it's in a different direction.
Oh yeah, similar profile of corner, isn't it? It's Smith and McIntyre and Stevens in front of Smith. He's chasing down Daniel Kraft, who's also chasing Matthew Keeber. This is going to be better for Daniel Kraft now because Keeber's lost the slipstream with Lon Murray. Kraft up the inside, throws it into the final sector into turn 7. Bashed hard again at Keeber. Oh, Keeber
launches himself. Yeah.
Has Keeber got damage? I wonder.
Looked like
He's
it.
okay.
Oh, Smith out of nowhere.
Oh,
what a move!
The auctionman through. Bit of contact between McIntyre and here we go again.
And Matthew versus Keeber versus McIntyre through turn 1.
Kraft and Keeber doing the best to assassinate each other. Here comes number 44, Michael Blake. Having a quick look.
And
Successful week for number 44, Adam, really?
Anyway, I'd rather be a Team MB rather than a Team LH as they go down the hill.
There. There. Oh. Oh, good exit by McIntyre.
Good exit from Smith as well.
Yeah. And also for Stelian Chepelevsky, who's just appeared out of nowhere, by the way.
Yeah, car 5, Chepelevsky, been getting away at the gap. He's finally got up to them. Here comes Paul Smith. Come on, Paul. Let's see if we can get one done on Kip Stevens. He's looking to the inside.
Is he going to take any nonsense from Kip Stevens?
Of course, well, him and me and Stevens had an epic finish at race 3 at Virginia on Tuesday.
In the BSR Formula Renault series, which is still going on. You can sign up to that if you like. We need as many of you as possible. I don't care if you've never raced before. Turn up.
You might be able to beat me or Woody.
Well, exactly. There you go. That's enough incentive for anybody, isn't it?
I'm sure there's a prize somewhere saying I can race better than the Apex TV commentators.
BSRTC commentators. Up the inside goes McIntyre. Although, again, whether that's an achievement or not, I don't know. Side by side, Keeper and McIntyre once more. Toe-to-toe in these luminous yellow, Valentino Rossi-esque coloured cars.
And if you beat us, you can feel free to come up to us at Germany, point at us and laugh. But
yeah, we'll allow that. We will allow that.
Or Chepelevsky finding bits of track that no other drivers are bothering to venture towards.
Oh! Blake's lit on the brakes. Off goes
He's
McIntyre
off.
and Chepelevsky's
and
off. And he's nearly into McFadden. Where did McFadden come from? I don't know, but he's there.
McIntyre rejoins behind McFadden, so that's McFadden now into 9th position.
Look at Lon Murray.
Murray going for the win.
Lon Murray's attacking Ash Sutton.
Lap 9 of 11. That's start lap 10. Sutton all over the place. How does Murray race against him?
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for Murray, but he needs to stick to his task because he's not going to have a better opportunity to beat Ashley Sutton.
Here comes Daniel Kraft.
Not for the win anyway.
And maybe Sutton might be just helping Dan Kraft a little bit with this.
Oh, Sutton sideways through one.
I can say that Davis and Dave Christie are both out of the race for reasons unknown.
Guys, very grey overhead. Good job we can't have rain on iRacing, because otherwise I'd be certain that there would be some.
I'll probably have a red flag by now, I think. There'd just be a pile of cars in that turn 2 wall.
Sutton's wide again. He's not enjoying it out there at all. He's still in the lead though, that's what matters. We've got 1.5 laps to go. We're at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, BSRTC, round 63.
How close can Kip Stevens and Paul Smith get? That is the question, because they're not too
how
far
good.
off. Kraft's got an awful run. He hit the curb on the exit.
Look how good Lon Murray is through the slow section.
Let's have a look at Murray's lap times. For 23.7 on that last lap, he's been doing 22.4, 22.4, 22.9, so he's been in the 22s for the majority of the race. Sutton did a 24.0 on that last lap, and he looks like he might be slow again as he blinks in and out. Murray right with him, but here's Dan Kraft as well. We are going to have a grandstand final lap here.
I think Sutton's only hope is to get a bit of help from Dan Kraft. He's not above throwing one up the inside.
White flag. Last lap of the day. Last lap of race 4. Sutton versus Murray versus Kraft versus Stevens versus Paul Smith.
Paul Smith or Kip Stevens could yet win the race. Who knows? It's going to be one of these 5, that's for sure. Sutton feels like he's just extracting a little bit more out of the Kia Optima now. Feels like it's settled down with the connection.
He seems to get the gap up through this first part, and then on the back straight, that's when Murray really can close in.
The thing is, he hasn't hit anything, so it's not like he's got a tracking issue or anything like that. I wonder if Murray's just gone really, really skinny on the wing or something.
And Kraft almost getting into the perm as they go through the right-hander.
Sutton having an awful back section of the circuit. A decent exit though.
It'll be an intriguing last half a lap. I don't know how this is going to pan out.
Oh, and goodness me, McFadden, I think nearly put McIntyre on the grass.
Daniel Kraft's going for second. Murray's not giving in! Into the wall, and they both off.
Murray's over.
And this is going to be Stevens through into second, and through into third is going to be Paul Smith.
Paul Smith's going to be on the podium, but there's going to be some words between CQR and Automech Knockhill tonight, because who of the Scottish team's cars have been written off by the CQR team?
Well, I think Lon Murray I think Sutton actually might have had a tracking issue. I was just looking at him on the cool-down lap there, and the car definitely didn't look like it was pointing straight. But I think that was Lord Murray being a bit... I don't want to lose his second position there. I don't know.
Why not? But there'll still be words, I reckon, between the two teams.
But then you can say, hang on, your teammate took out Max Wright.
Well, let's see. Let's see it again. Kraft gets alongside legitimately. Oh, Murray just sort of keeps going across the track, doesn't he, really?
They all stick together, yeah.
I think before he had time to get out of it, over and over and over he went.
Anyway, it's a good thing that this was iRacing, because they were heading at nearly 150 miles an hour into a concrete wall.
Yeah, that was a big one. It was a big one. And Lord Murray, in the end, finishes 29th.
Bancroft survived to finish in 8th. Still a top 10 finish in the end.
Murray's going to be devastated. I believe that would be his best finish of the season. And Kip Stevens has pulled out an excellent result. P2.
Was up spot. Yeah, the Pro Sim team. Sorry, the Pro Sim team going to be very happy. 3 different teams on the podium. Ash Sutton for CQRS line, Stevens for Pro Sim, and Paul Smith for the Race Up team.
Elian Chepelewski practicing for Rallycross, which hopefully we'll get this year. That's what I'd like anyway. It'd be nice to get into that. I'm not going to be fast, as evidenced by the BSR Rally Championship.
I saw was it Craig Evans on the Facebook have been competing against times with you. Was it on Dirt 4?
We're about the only ones who are quite close together, yes. So I think we're quite evenly matched, I think, but we're still much slower than I think most people. Right then, race 4 over. So Adam, if you could let us know who finished where.
Ash Sutton then takes the victory. He was only here for 3 of the races. Didn't take him long to make an impact on the evening, did it? Stevens second. 3rd for Paul Smith. Well done, Paul. Yes, we got a podium. Feels like we ourselves have got a podium, I think, in the commentary box. Sterling Chepelewski in 4th. 5th for Kiva. 6th for Michael Blake. Tell you what, those are good results for both of those guys there. Stuart McFadden 7th. Dan Kraft in 8th. 9th Sven Glatzel in 9th. And 10th for Jack McIntyre. 11th for Matt Bunn. 12th for Richard Gore. 2 drivers that started outside the top 20. 13th for Scott Malcolm. 14th for Jake Blackcall. Pretty solid evening there for the Australian. Laura Bond in 15th. Pete Harrod 16th. Alex Malensky in 17th. Dan Hunt 18th. He started 18th as well. Pete Newman 19th and 20th for Thorstein Helgeson. 21st for Andreas Katz. 22nd Diogo Melro. Aside from that opening race where he was up at the front, didn't see too much of the Portuguese driver during the evening. Ross McFarlane 23rd. 24th Stephen Baxter. His teammate Adam Hadfield in 25th. Colin Cunniff 26th, Ben Hackerson 27th, Rob Graham in 28th, Lorne Murray over and out in 29th, 30th for John Roberts, Cesare Rizzo 31st, Tristan Bodis 32nd, Craig Evans in 33rd, Mark Woodhouse in 34th. We saw his car around on the exit of the back section of the circuit on the opening lap. 35th Stuart Atkinson, Roy Verke 36th, 37th Andrew Whitehead, and then Nicole Foggy 1 lap down, Savinovic 1 lap down after having that disconnect. Must have been something to... I don't think it was a disconnect. Probably something to do with his hardware, I think, and that caused his exit from the session. Dave Christie 3 laps down. Lee Berridge 6 laps down, along with Dennis Melcher, Nathan Davis, Rusty Laidler. 9 laps down, Janowski, and then Max Wright. Sutton hitting him 10 laps down, and then Dave Baker also out on the opening lap. I don't know what happened to the championship leader, but that is 2 zeros in a row.
Yeah, and not what his championship challenge needs, I must admit. But well, what we needed was a fantastic meeting here in Canada, Adam, and we've got just that, didn't we? 4 races, brilliantly driven, and it was clean, it was fun, it was exciting. That's what we want.
Things to write to Alex about, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be gutted.
We're going to need more than one postcard, I think, from at the Mosport tourist shop.
Yes, hopefully they have 2.
Next week we head to wait for it as a Google Chrome loads for me. Other browsers are available. We head to Mid-Ohio, another track where I think everyone's going to be pretty close together. Yeah,
well, that should be. It's a similar one, isn't it? Really, in terms of how the racing is. A few decent overtaking opportunities, and yeah, we've got. I'll tell you what. I'm going to grab. I wasn't going to do any interviews because my voice is going, but we'll grab Dave Baker as he's the championship leader. And we haven't spoken to Dave in a while, so Mr. Baker, welcome to the commentary box.
Hello, I thought I'd pop in because I say, yeah, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while either.
Hi, mate. Yeah, I think you're going to be the only victim tonight. So it's my
there's a lot of Scots down there waiting, so you might want to at least talk to one of them.
my voice is, well, we wouldn't want another referendum on our hands, would we? I mean, that'd be we can edit that out, I'm sure. As anyway, Dave, so the meeting started off in such positive fashion, pole position,
didn't it?
And race one exceptionally good, second place, and then all downhill from there. Let us know what happened.
Yeah, a little bit. So your driver's pretty good on that last lap, isn't he? Wodge just pipping me. Got to give him full credit though, and to be honest, though, all the race sort of laps leading up to it, where side by side going through turn 2, you don't see that all that often. So fair play to him for giving me the room to be able to keep it clean as well.
It was a fantastic race. That was pretty much up there, I think, with that one that you had with Ash Sutton a few years ago, Suzuka, which I think it's one of the first ones we saw, and but that one was.
I enjoyed it. So I wanted to come up here and sort of say thank you to Wodge for having a great race with me. And sadly, the other ones didn't quite go so well. There was some.
What happened in the last one? We didn't see it.
We didn't see it. Yeah.
Going up the inside of a driver into turn 1 who lost it a little bit and pile drove me into the inside wall. So
okay.
Sadly, my race was over pretty quickly. But yeah, and then sort of another ambitious move from somebody in race 3, which speared me off into the wall as well. So it's sad when it happens because obviously that's quite a big chunk of the championship lead now I've lost over these last few rounds, with sort of 3 DNFs in 2 race meetings. So I'm not exactly right up there at the moment, but hopefully we'll fight back. And as you've seen, the CQR team is pretty strong when it works together, and we've got some good speed in the car. So
I'm glad.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was just going to say I'm glad I didn't hamper that championship lead too much at Imola for you.
That's all right. I know you got your elbows out, but I'm sure you had fun.
First, I think you took him out as much as the other way around, wasn't it? in Imola, I don't know. As I was just going to say though, Dave, pole position. I don't think you've had one of those for quite some time, have you?
Not for a while, have I? No.
Yeah, well, so that was good.
Unfortunately, we've been blighted by sort of some of our drivers having penalties, so getting all the cars out in qualifying has been a bit tricky at the moment. So luckily, Diogo and myself managed to sort of work together, sort of got us both up the sharp end of the grid. So sad we're missing Mike Hall this week; he couldn't make it, but his races last week at Silverstone were again top notch. So we're getting there. We're getting our groove back. So
and the race hub team coming with you as well. Very, very strong performances in recent weeks by Newman, Harrod, Smith.
Both the Petes have been on fire. Rusty with his, I think it was a win at Silverstone as well, wasn't it?
Oh, Rusty as well, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's doing well. And it's nice sort of seeing some of these reverse grids throwing up sort of guys who, are having a bit of a tough time at the moment and sort of showing that they still do have the pace and can have great results when it comes around to it. So
yeah, and having 2 strong teams does really, doesn't it? It just helps everybody, I think. So.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, so I'm going to steal Adam's question then. Mid-Ohio next week. What are you thinking?
It's a bit like this track, really, isn't it? Kind of a bit of roller coastery sort of around the back end set of section, middle sector. Not very easy to go too wide. Overtaking is going to be quite difficult. So hopefully my races don't end like they did this week. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one goes.
I think qualifying is going to be important.
Yeah,
again.
definitely. So. We'll just have to see. But we
can
just hopefully keep plugging away and build that lead back up over Wodge.
All right, just quickly then, give us a shout out to the sponsors, mate.
Oh yeah, well to all the guys involved in sponsoring the CQR teams, Race Hub, sort of S-Line, everybody behind the scenes that works on the series, the usual rigmarole, you guys. So yeah.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, guys. It's good to chat to you again.
Cheers, mate. Same here. Always good to have the Series 7 champion in the commentary box, and man who was successful today, Colin Cunniff, is with Adam Bath.
Hello, Colin.
Hello.
Well, it's similar to David Baker, I think. It started off pretty well the evening, get a pretty good qualifying. But yeah,
I didn't qualify.
Oh, didn't. There you go.
Yes, I did.
Can we edit that out as well?
I didn't crash.
I did see that. Shades of Murray Walker, and he's like,
no, the thing I got from the first race was I got the highest climber or something like I heard just saying. when I tuned in. I got the most positions gained in race 1, I think it was.
It was one of the races though where you were inside the top 5. Was it race 2 or race 3?
Race 3 I won.
Yes. Well done on winning.
Yeah, it's about time it was something other than Laguna Seca.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a long time coming really. We've had hardware failures. We've had we had issues like that, and
Oh no, you know you've said it, haven't you?
oh,
Can we start this again? Can we try again, Adam? Shall we go
Colin
for that?
Cunniff, well done on your race 3 victory. Tell
There
us
we
about
go.
your evening. There we go.
Oh well, it started off a bit mixed after last week's antics. Of course, starting from the back of the grid at race 1, I was quite tempted to avoid that, but turns out it was a good decision just to start and keep going. So it was about 40th up to 21st or something in the first race. Race 2 was just again a pit start, so just a case of going round and hoping for a reverse grid, which came. And then race 3 was a brilliant race with Ben, absolutely brilliant. I don't know if he got a clean race, but I certainly did. I don't. But yeah, it was really good, and when I crossed the line, I gave everybody a fright just because I was just shouted with glee. I was just so happy just to win something other than Laguna Seca in race 4.
Well, how's it with those opening laps that we've seen today? They've seemed to have been one of the most chaotic opening laps that we've seen all season. What was it like racing in the midfield during those races?
It was pretty man. There was race 1 and 2. Race 1 particularly, I had to avoid quite a few incidents. I was just trying to be careful after last week. We're working with the Pro Race UK guys, just working on mentality this week because I was quite down after last week's results. So just looking to sort of look at our lines and mentality, getting through races like this, so so you can bounce back, and that's exactly what we did. So it worked a treat.
Is the spotter able to help you there, or is it barely able to keep up during the race?
That's the problem. Because if you back off, then you get guys coming 2 or 3 wide, and then all of a sudden you're 4 wide, and you can't get past 3 cars. So you're kind of just having to guess, and that's what happened on race 4. It looked like I was about 4 or 5 wide going into the corner before Moss, and I was just like, I'm going to have to back out of this. So I just went across the grass and just took the hit. And then I came back.
iRacing, you need to put in an update 4 and 5 wide on the spotter.
I didn't think they anticipated the BSRTC Kia race at all, but
Nobody was ready
good
for
fun.
this, were they really? Let's be honest.
It's what I say. I keep coming back for every time I talk to you guys. I'm always saying that this is a brilliant series. It's annoying. It can be annoying, and really frustrating, but. Like I say, the racing is just absolutely brilliant. See, when you have a good week, the feeling you get after that good week is just absolutely astounding.
Next week then, Mid-Ohio. Dave Baker was in here previous to you, was saying that it's a track that's similar to Motorsport in a few ways. Do you agree with that?
Oh, aye, definitely. It's probably, it's probably the best thing about it. Maybe a little bit more undulation. But it's a really good track. Like Silverstone, Mosport, Mid-Ohio, it's the tracks that I've been looking forward to coming to. The 3 before that was just I just wanted to get those out of the way because I didn't enjoy them at all. But now we're on tracks that are really good, and I think with the exception of Lime Rock, I think the rest are pretty good as well. That's coming up in the next few races. But it should be fun.
Right, well, before we let you go, Colin, do you want to send a quick shout out to anybody?
We've got our sponsors Thrustmaster, Lutz Liveries, Dapper and Coup, and I've already mentioned Pro Race UK, and we've got the great band Isle of Bass.
Okay, well done on the win, even though we couldn't remember it.
I'll remember it forever.
Bloody self, eh?
It was that good that I couldn't remember it. We'll hopefully chat to you again next week when you notch up another win at Mid-Ohio.
Hopefully.
Yeah, thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, guys.
I'll bow my head in shame as Colin Cunniff. There he goes. I think since he's in here,
that's the best one. That's the best one so far, I think, this season. Anyway,
we'll bring him in. I think you might know who I'm talking about. We are now double the Yorkshire in the commentary box because it's introducing a BSRTC podium sitter here at Motorsport, Paul Smith.
Hey up, fellas.
Yorkshire squared.
Yeah, that last lap, eh?
Well done for winning all 4 races, Paul. I mean, never mind. Sorry, Adam.
Yeah, that last lap then, you and Stevens looked pretty evenly matched. That you came close on a few occasions to both going out, but that last lap, Murray and Kraft decided to do that for you in front of you.
Yeah, it was a bit funny that I just couldn't quite keep with Kip, and going along the back straight, I could see Dan go for the move, and I could see that hole getting smaller and smaller, and I'm thinking, something's going to happen here, and sure enough, it did. And I was out of control trying to avoid Dan, to be honest. So yeah, that was interesting into the race. Not ideal though for CQR, because quite frankly, the S-Line team, it would have been great to have seen Dan on the podium.
Well, yeah, the point standings, I think CQR are a good 200 or so behind Apex, so they could have done with all the points they could get. Apart from race 4, race 1 seemed okay. You gained quite a few positions, but the middle 2 races, they didn't seem to go as well.
Well, the first race, I was actually really pleased with my race there. Did a good job started, I think it was 18th, finished 12th, so good few gains of position there. And then second race, I was just all about trying to get the 0x, trying to keep out of trouble, look after my car and get the result to hopefully try and sneak a reverse grid, because I was pretty far down to start with anyway, so it didn't harm me just trying to get that reverse grid. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out. Third race, made a mistake on my own, went off towards turn 5 and 6, and then went off at turn 2 the very next lap, so it's like, okay, I'm just going to sit back here and just take it easy.
Next race meeting, you know the question I always like to ask, next race is Mid-Ohio in a week. Seems to be a track that some drivers love and some hate. Whereabouts are you on that, Paul?
Absolutely terrible track. It should never be run, but there you go. That's the results of the calendar.
Oh,
I'm not actually racing the next 2 weeks, so a bit busy with work. So unfortunately, I'm missing that. And is it Lime Rock after that as well? Another track that I don't.
I think you might have dodged a bullet with Lime Rock. I think that's going to be pretty chaotic. Have we got a reserve driver coming in your place for that, or?
We'll discuss it with the team. We'll see how we go, but yeah, we'll have something planned, something lined up. So I won't worry too much about the race up team.
Woodhouse, anything for Paul?
Mate, not really. Just saying, well done on continued good form really this season and good pace and everything, and hopefully keep it up for the rest of the season.
Well, let's just say that this week was a vast improvement on last week, that's for sure. So, yeah, actually finishing races and getting good points. So, yeah, good to go away for 2 weeks on a pretty good final note.
Do you know when the commentators' challenge is next scheduled for?
Sometime in September. I think it's either 9th or 10th of September. People need to reply to Randy, who's organising it. So. Somebody from Apex needs to reply to it.
I think we're both blushing in the comments. Yes, before we let you go, do you want to send a quick shout out to anybody?
Well, I mentioned them already, but Race Hub of Brands Hatch and also CQR S-Line supporting the teams. And yeah, for the rest of the team, some really good results there. Really good job from Matt Bunn as well tonight to get some really good solid points when he was standing in for Michael Hall. So great job from him. Just a little bit unfortunate for a few of the other drivers.
Oh, well done on the podium. We were both. I was very happy. And I'm sure you were as well. But yeah, we'll chat to you hopefully next week at Mid-Ohio.
Well, you won't chat to me next week because I'm not here.
There we go.
Don't worry.
Shows how much you pay attention to the interview.
No, this is before we had Colin Cunniff in here, Paul, and I didn't even remember they'd won race 3. So
well done.
We'll get you medication.
I'll let you off for that.
After.
It's a long night.
Woody's got to take me back to the home.
That's it. So, but no, we're going to wrap this one up now. Sam says sounds like about your bedtime. Yeah, that's probably true. So, on that bombshell, then I think it's time to end. But Paul, just quickly before we go, just give us a shout out to your team and sponsors if you'd like.
I've just done that. Don't any of you pay attention to anything I say? Actually, it's like a normal commentary for me, so yeah, it's fine.
Oh God!
I told you I was deaf. Oh well, never mind.
And I'm blind.
Well,
but yeah.
there we go.
Oh, there we go.
On that
Paul
one,
Smith,
before we leave, Paul, can you give us a shout out to the sponsors?
Well, that's it for tonight from Apex Racing TV. I hope you've all enjoyed the BSRTC Pro Series from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Make sure you take care and look after yourself, and make sure you catch some of the other broadcasts from Apex Racing TV this weekend. How's that?
I'm very happy with that. Yeah, and that's a brilliant way to end this show. So
That was good, apart from we're not broadcasting this weekend.
Oh,
there we go.
There you go.
All
Watch
right.
some of the DVR. There you go. Done.
Good night, everybody.
Watch BSRTC back. Yeah, goodbye.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.